Peace and Islam. Welcome unto the Amexem-Moor-Empire, Department for the Communications, Moore's Internet, Televideo-Network, or M.I.T.N for short, which is a part of the Imperial Broadcasting Agency. For the record, today's date on the Amexem-Moor calendar is Peace Day, 17th of Orgula. The year is 301-630. I am the Honorable Noble Tina Wadale. I serve as the lead video broadcast agent, and I shall be a hostess for this broadcast segment. This is the Amexem-Moor-Empire segment 25, entitled Recent Development in the Azini-Matabele. So it is my honor and my privilege to welcome back to our segment His Imperial Majesty and Ray. Peace and Islam, His Imperial Majesty.
Peace and light, Islam, Honorable Tina. This is the first time we're doing a segment since your promotion to Honorable Noble. Good to be here with you. And how are you faring this evening?
All is well. And privilege to have you once again. Islam. Islam. So my first question today is, what are the recent developments within the Amexem-Moor-Empire? And followed up with, in particular, within the Azini-Matabele, regarding the food growth operations. Islam.
All right. What can I share? Recent developments that I'm prepared to discuss publicly. We are getting things prepared now here in the Garden Medina for our convening for Moore's Remembrance Day. We are just over a month out from when we convene to celebrate the completion of the Amexem-Moor-Empire Constitution and to give honor and thanks to those whose genes we carry. Also, to engage in discussion and some training for our officials that travel to the capital city to participate. When they go back to their command areas, they're able to train our fellow nationals locally on the ground. I give thanks for the progress that we're making in new acquisitions of equipment, materials, and supplies from the fiscal budget law as we fund them. I'm grateful for our successfully getting funds dispatched unto the Kenyatta district for our operations there, particularly for agriculture on the ground in the Karadan city. I am also thankful that we have learned about the progress being made by Ali Trading subsidiary, Ali Trading Kiwalan, in the Yendi Dagbani and the Ghana Songhai district, with the recent items acquired and on station in the Ariel's vegan bakery location. So looking forward to seeing the grand opening for the bakery. Looking forward to the expansion of other things that we're doing on this side of the ocean. Additional equipment, materials, and supplies to be dispatched into Anishinabeg, Tamara, New Toledo, Tanzabar, some things for New Atlantis, Fatima, and Sanhaja. And then, of course, today, District Governor for the Cebu-Cavite district is now back in her district. So we've had a lot of interaction today because now we have to prepare some things, reconfigure some things, because we have some budget priorities we have to attend to, and we have to get some things sorted out budgetarily wise for Chirchas district in South Amexem and Cebu-Cavite district, now that the district governor is back on station in her command area. So those are some of the things I'm prepared to speak on publicly. Do you have a follow-on question to what I've explained thus far, Honorable Tina?
Islam. As a follow-up to that, do you have any updates regarding any trades?
which trades. Trades for those who are looking to do trade for Amexem-Moor-Empire business, or trades being done interjurisdictionally in your service.
Interjurisdictional Islam.
Islam, I see. Minister for the Customs has particular trade packages in mind for interjurisdictional opportunities. Based on new business, there's some things happening with Blue Nile and Evo herbs, and Health Minister is in the process of finalizing certain details. I don't have all that with me at the moment because I was never provided with all the information. It's still in flux. Because of interjurisdictional actions regarding tariffs and trade wars and things of this nature, this is impacted or cause uncertainty regarding pricing of things that we acquire at bulk rate. So that could impact the pricing of Blue Nile product and Evo herbs product. So certain things have begun to shape themselves out now, and that allowed His Excellency to begin to look at where things are going to be over the next 6 to 12 Earth months and make particular determinations on what the pricing should be to make sure that the unit price scenarios are sorted out, to make sure that there's an appropriate profit margin for Blue Nile and for Evo herbs. So that's as far as I can go on that at the moment. There are some discussions that are to be had regarding His Excellency Minister for the Customs, His Excellency Minister for the Interior, and our Health Minister. And when those things are all correlated and sorted out, Her Excellency the Minister for the Treasury and Budget will be provided with particular information on what would be reasonable expectations towards business taxes to be collected in terms of a forecast. That's as far as I can go at the moment based on what you asked. On that particular topic, before we go to your next question, do you have a follow-on question before we proceed?
Peace in Islam. No, not at this time. But if you have any final thoughts regarding the topic at hand, you are free to share those at this time. Islam.
At the moment, I don't have anything else to add. I can think of. I don't know between. So we can proceed to your next line of question whenever you're ready. Islam.
Peace in Islam. Are there any trades at this particular time within the Azania-Matabele region? Islam.
Islam. All right. So the Abzu Southern Rim region, we have one business that's within the Amexem-Moor-Empire. I think it's Seppo Trading, or it may have been renamed. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to get back with the Minister for the Interior on that. However, Regional Governor Shati Bey has finally got a few things squared away. It took a little bit of time because there was damage. We have been growing foods in what some call the Limpopo area. We were successful in our growth and trade of cabbage in that area. However, because of a platinum mine and an additional unauthorized, if you would, platinum mine, there were consequences of the mining on the flora and fauna in the area. The water source had been impacted by the mining as well. So the regional governor did report this unto the Imperial Council and I. She went through the command chain of Imperial Affairs, so the Grand Ambassador was informed. His Grand Excellency and I, we had discussions, and then we had the Imperial Council. We did a dive into things, a deep dive into particular things, because the regional governor spoke to the issue of she didn't feel comfortable with us continuing to grow food in the area until we could do something to make sure that the water and the soil was safe for us to use. Regional governor requested that we look elsewhere for training for growth and trade of our crops, and she was given consent to do that. She put forth the efforts she continuously kept us updated as to where things could be, what things would be doing, would be worked on, and why it made sense, why was it practical and sensible, and we pushed things along. And then finally we settled on a different location. Then we had to transfer all of our equipment for irrigation, the solar power system, everything for storage of what we grow, packaging, and all of these things. They were moved about 3 hours away from where we previously were growing our food, into a new area. The borehole, as we would say on this side of the ocean, the well had to be sorted out. The pump and things were not in working order, so it took time to see after the well to make sure that it was optimal. And then it was looking to, we looked to have to either replace or repair the pump. When it was clear that the repair wasn't really worth particular things, it had to be replaced, and eventually it has been replaced. And now that it's been replaced, funds were sent. So we have the seed for the cabbage. We had the seed. We had the seed for the maize, the millet, the sorghum. I don't remember if we have the seed for the cabbage. I have to look into that. We do not have the seed for the onions, the lettuce, or for the tomatoes. So part of that is actually new. I thought originally we were going to either be growing cabbage or sorghum or both, and we did speak about that previously. Turns out we're going to be yes, primarily growing cabbage and sorghum. However, there is going to be some growth of lettuce. There's going to be some growth of tomatoes and of onions. And so it's only a matter of time before we have full comprehension of how much is going to be, how much soil we're going to use towards those, how much towards the cabbage, the millet, and the maize, and the sorghum. When we have the information that we made publicly known. However, it's the best I can do for right now, based on the briefing that I got from the regional governor 2 nights ago. That's the best way I know how to answer your question as you asked it. Actually, last night. It's been a whirlwind, and I have no concept of time. I don't even wear a watch, so to that end, do you have a following question I've explained to you thus far, Honorable Tina?
Islam, yes. One last question. For the plans that are underway regarding the food growth operations in the Amexem-Moor-Empire, how far along or from now are the food growth operations being put into motion? So what's the timeline looking like, Islam?
Islam, yes. All right. Well, for us, we're in the ending days soon. We're about a little more than we're about 40 days out from going into the autumn equinox for us. Well, when it's autumn and winter for us here in the northern hemisphere, it's spring and summer in the southern hemisphere. Amexem-Moor-Empire at the bottom of the mother continent of our Cuban land and the Abzu, they'll be coming into the spring season. So roughly about 15 to 20 Earth days after Moor's reemergence day is when the planting season begins in the Amexem-Moor-Empire district. So we've got about 40-ish Earth days to prepare and dispatch the next set of funds to the regional governor to have the district operations for agriculture back on track. And so traditionally, when we have grown food there, our harvest tends to be 4 months out, between 3 and 4 months out, depending on what we're growing. So basically, come winter for us will be harvest season in the Amexem-Moor-Empire district. And the last time we had growth operations there, we sent about 2 ounces of gold over. At the time, that would be about 4,400 worth of pieces of paper, give or take. at market, we got all that back, and instead of defraying our costs, we actually had a sizable profit. So we are further along now than we were then. So we anticipate doing quite well with the planting season as intended by our regional governor. So Regional Governor Shati Bay is phenomenal as far as I'm concerned, and I expect greater yield, a great yield for our crops, and I expect us to do very great in the marketplace. And that's as far as I can go based on the information I have available. Do you have a follow-on question on this particular topic or any other topic, Honorable Tina?
Islam. That is all for now. I'm just excited for all the developments that are coming along within the Amexem-Moor-Empire. Islam.
Islam, I am as well. It's been a long day. We had a lot of sessions today conducting your official business, so I'm learning a little bit in my words, and I'm tired. I know my eyes look a little crazy. However, I love the work, and when we're getting things done that saves lives and improve the quality of lives on both sides of the ocean, I live for that. So I'm thankful that we're getting these things done, and happy to be able to enlighten you and all of our fellow nationals and all that may view these videos. So good to share. Peace, love, and light in Islam.
Islam. And I thank you once again on behalf of the Moor's Internet Televideo Network. So along with our audience, we thank you for your time and for your service. Islam.
Islam.
Islam. And to our wonderful audience, more information regarding the Amexem-Moor-Empire imperial government, operations down to the local level. Information is available through the website, modernmoormonarchy.squarespace.com. That website again, modernmoormonarchy.squarespace.com. So do show us some love and positive feedback. I would appreciate it. We all would. Thank you in advance for that. And also, we encourage you to share the link to this segment with all who you associate with. And last but not least, until next time, on behalf of His Imperial Majesty, all the Amexem-Moor-Empire nationals, empire-wide, we say peace, great health, and Islam.